wanted her to be able to take care of herself. She could pay her rent, buy food, that type of thing. She, doesn't want to. I don't want her with a man that the reason why she's there with him is because he has a job
and he provides.
He can help pay for the rent, or he does this, or that's not what that's about. I don't want my daughter that way. I want her to be able to first be able to live by herself.
Yep.
If some shit goes down, she knows that she can live by herself.
Absolutely.
She can provide for herself.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, hey, man, I don't know. It's just, I think that you're on the right path. Mm-hmm. I think that you're really on the right path. Mm-hmm. You don't try to do it all by yourself.
Yeah, I actually have somebody.
But don't spend a whole lot of time trying to convince someone else what they should do.
True. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Because you can get all wrapped up and emotionally wrapped up in that, and that can set you back too.
Okay.
Okay? Always try to deal with people that are, especially in the beginning, on your same wavelength.
Okay.
Thinking the same way you're thinking. Mm-hmm. Okay? If they're not thinking the same way you're thinking, don't always try to say, well, I'm going to do this to convince them or do this to convince them. Mm-hmm. Because that's time. You're wasting time. You will be in a situation where you will be able to do that more. Mm-hmm. Okay, help other people.
Right.
Okay, but you have to get your own thing together first before you can do that.
Gotcha.
Okay, and getting your own thing together, it's going to be nearly impossible unless you luck up or you run into some money to do it the way you really want to do it.
Right. Right.
Okay, 3 people, 4 people is better than 1 person. Mm-hmm. If those 3 or 4 people basically have the same idea,
right,
and want the same thing,
right.
Okay, and your lady friend, if she's not thinking the same way you're thinking, well, you need to think, do I really want to be with her? Mm. She should be encouraging you. She should understand what you're all about. She should be encouraging you. She should be putting some time in to help you, mm-hmm. and vice versa.
Right.
She should have a plan what she wants to do. Mm-hmm. Okay, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the same thing you want to do.
Right.
Okay, but as long as you can see a benefit in what she wants to do.
Okay. Okay,
that's basically on the same page as what you want to do.
Right.
Okay, I mean, there's different ways to go about things. Okay, it's not, you can get to California different ways. It's not one road, to get there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not about laying up in the bed screwing, having sex.
Yeah.
And bam, that's good. It's great.
Yeah.
Feel that way about a job.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel that way about a job, bro, you will make it.
Yeah. And that's that's the thing, because when I chose dentistry, it didn't really jump out to me right away, but the more I learn about it, I feel like I'm in the process of falling in love with it. It's sort of like a girl, you right. Get to know her, right. You understand her, you understand what she's about, you understand what she can do for right. you, what you could do for her, and then you just start falling. And I think I'm in the phase, because I made my decision to do dentistry September 2016. I remember I was reading this book called The Motivation Manifesto, right. 9 Declarations to Reclaiming Your Personal Power by right. Brendan Burchard. It's a #1 New York Times bestseller book. Right. And see, I'm giving him credit. He should be paying me for this. But I remember in the book, it had like a series of questions. And these are questions that I wrote out on 3 pages, mm-hmm. and I answered all of the questions. Right. And the questions was like, what do you want your legacy to be? What do you want to contribute to this world? when you leave this world, what do you want people to remember you as? What type of people are you going to have around you? One of the questions was, when you lack motivation, what's going to keep you going? Now, these are questions I couldn't answer the same day. These are questions that made me think. And was like, man. And I wrote out a 3-page plan of what I want my life to be like. Just 3 pages. But in each section of those 3 pages, it's very, very comprehensive, you know? So I figured it out, and I said, man, it's going to be dentistry. So I figured out, okay, I want to be a certified orthodontist. Then I want to do this, right? Then I want to do my foundation. I want to be remembered as a great man, a husband. I'm going to make sure I take a picture, and next time I see you, I'll show you the pages of it so you could take a look. And in September of 2016 is when I realized why I am here. I realized that I have the type of personality that, number one, I'm bold. I'm not scared to do things to help people. I go out of my way to do it. And sometimes I have to watch that because people take advantage of it. So I just need to get better at finding out who is trying to play me versus who is really needing my help. But those are the things I look at, and that's why I love having conversations with people, because it helps you to know what you want to do, and then the process of falling in love with what you're doing. And then this now is actually helping me even more, because this is showing me that, yes, I could be a dentist, but I could be the same dentist that takes care of your smile, but comes to the community and help people and support and show love and make sure that everybody is doing something for themselves, not driving by and dropping off a check.
No, I agree.
I don't want to do that.
I agree.
You know, driving by and dropping off a check and smiling on your way out, that's good, but you're not finding a reputable solution to the problem. You're just like, as I said, it's
showing
a quick fix.
Somebody how to do something and then seeing them being able to do it.
That's amazing.
It's just
amazing.
It's very rewarding.
It's like you having your sons, right?
Right.
And this is one thing. This is why I really want to have kids, probably a lot, but I don't know what my wife is going to say at that time. But part of the reason why I don't want to say desperately, but it's very imperative that I have a family. I have such an important legacy that I want to pass on. You know, there's a few people in this world that I've met that think the same way I do. But when you have your kids, you're teaching them to think the way you do. And you would hope that they would pass it down to their kids in the next generation. So my biggest thing of having kids is to show them my way of seeing this world, but also allowing them to experience the world and they could incorporate their ways. Because if you think about it, as human beings, we're supposed to get smarter as we get older. We're supposed to get smarter as time goes by. Because you teach me something, right? I take that something.
That's right.
I incorporate that, integrate it with my experiences. Now that something becomes 0.5 of something. Then I pass that 0.5 of something to my son. My son finds out that this thing is really beneficial. My son learns something completely different, but it's relative to that same something that you taught me that's 0.5. And now for him, it's a positive 1. And then he passes it on to his son, it's a 1.5. And it keeps going until it gets to a 10. So by the time it gets to a 10, that young man who has that something that you passed on from me that was just a 0.5, it's a 10. He's supposed to be smarter than you, me, my son, my son's son, all of us combined. But today we are not smarter than our ancestors because we refuse to take the advice and to take the experiences and the knowledge that these people have. We're supposed to be smarter.
It's no more. It's something as simple as asking questions.
You know,
questions. And my son, my children, I always told them, there's a lot of things that you might not feel comfortable in asking me.
Right.
Me, especially my daughter. Always have a mentor. Always have somebody in your life that you can go to for advice. Other than your parents.
I have multiple, man.
Other than your parents. You always got to be your lady friend. make sure you put her in a situation where she has to interact with someone, a mentor, someone that you respect, and get their opinion about her. And this doesn't happen over one meeting, one time. It happens over a period of time. Very, very important. Because you might be blind to something you don't even know what you're blind to.
Yeah.
About her.
Right.
Okay, you might think that she is perfect.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But you only seeing that through your eyes. Okay? I can probably be with a woman, young girl or whatever, a couple of times and probably can tell you what she's really all about.
Right.
You know, just behind my experience
Exactly.
with women and so on and so forth. And that's what you want. That's what you want. And that goes with investing money, getting an education.
Right.
You know, you always have someone that you can go to that you know that can give you the advice, good advice. They can tell you, no,
Yeah.
that's absolutely stupid that you're thinking that way.
Yeah.
And show you that it's stupid to think of, you know, that what
Whatever
you're doing
it
is wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone that's going to be, you know, to look at you and say, man, come on, no, you don't do that. Okay? I meet your lady friend 10 times. And I come to you and I say, hey,
That's a no-go.
leave that alone.
Yeah.
Well, I don't expect for you to.
Cold turkey it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want you to be able to peep what I'm saying. To at least peep what I'm saying and find out for yourself.
Right.
But if you don't have that,
You're done, man.
then you have to. You're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for that mistake.
That's so true.
You're going to pay for that mistake.
That's so true.
Hey, all I can say to you, my friend, I think that you are way ahead of your time.
Right.
You're not afraid to talk to people. You're not afraid to ask questions. Don't trust everybody.
Right.
Everybody has a different agenda.
That's true. That's true.
Whether they want to talk to you or whether they don't want to talk to you. Okay? Worry about yourself first. Always worry about yourself first. And then when you can help someone, you help someone.
Right.
But don't sacrifice yourself for someone else.
Understood.
Because you will end up regretting it. Be able to call a spade a spade. Be able to call someone good and be able to call someone bad. You know, don't make excuses for them.
Right.
Well, they're this way because of this, or they're this way. Okay? And try to be around positive people. People that basically feel the way you feel. If they don't if you're around people that don't feel the way you feel, you're going to waste a lot of time.
And it's hard.
Because most of your time, or a lot of your time, is going to be trying to convince them to do this or to do that. Some things you just have to find out on your own. Some things you just can't. It's like children.
Yeah.
You can tell a children. You can tell a child this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is wrong. Okay, and I'll give you maybe a good analogy to that. High school. The high school we had one high school. We maybe had 3 or 4 junior high schools that was dumping into one high school. The junior high school that I went to was predominantly black. It was 90% black, 10% Italian. Okay? So when we get up to high school, you got other junior high schools, the other 3 are coming in there, and they're predominantly white. So one thing that